How are you?
I'm good, man. Look, third time this year, right? Getting a fight in. I mean, when I think about last year, obviously didn't get to fight as much. So how does it feel to be staying this busy?
Yeah, it's great to be this active again, man. That's all I asked Dana White and Sean Shelby when we had our meeting a year ago in 2020. I said, please, man, I just want to, I want to stay active. I want to compete as much as possible. 2 or 3 fights a year would be awesome. And they said, sure. So here we are for our third one in 2021. It's been one of the best years of my career. Even though we're just, we're 500, but still, I think we put on some good performances against some pretty good names. You know what I mean? And we got another one come Saturday night. Leonardo Santos is no slouch in the jiu-jitsu game, so we're going to see if he can handle the wrestling game.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about it. So is there something kind of exciting about finally fighting a guy that's older than you are, man?
Geez, I remember I used to be the young guy. Yeah, it's been a long time since then. So. Yeah, we're going to show him, I forget what movie it was. They get older, and I stay the same age. Old Wooderson said it, man. So, in this case, yeah, he's quite a bit older than me, and we're going to make him feel that way in there because I'll be 40 in a week. I feel like I'm going on 20. I'm in better shape now than I was 25. And I feel like every time I look out my window at the hotel, I see Mandalay Bay where we made our debut back in 2006 at UFC 64. And it's just a constant reminder that we got a lot left in our gas tank and our reserve tank, man. And we're super blessed to be here. And I just can't wait till they get big crowds back so we can hear the Guida chant and, get the people wild and get them on their feet, So that's what we're here to do is put on a show for the crowd. That's what we've always been out there to do. And to do it in front of the greatest organization, mixed martial arts, we're blessed to be part of the UFC still, 15 years later.
That's awesome. Alpha Male Gym, always busy, right? But, you guys got some big fights coming up for the whole team. So has it been a little bit of a special feel in camp with everybody getting ready for these big fights right around each other?
Oh, no doubt, man. We got the who's who coming up. We get to see Cody Garbrandt is going to make big waves, I believe, at 125, the flyweight division. He's bigger, stronger, faster, more powerful than most of these guys, and he's going to show them what it's all about, I believe. The return of Josh Emmett, one of the heaviest hitters I've ever felt, him and Chad Mendes. I got to feel him, in the gym quite a bit, and no one can withstand the impact, the power, the precision this guy has. And he's gonna make 50K Ige, feel the wrath of Josh Emmett, man, to come December 11th. And then we got our badass little Brazilian guy, too, man. Wait till you see this kid. He's something else, and he's an up-and-comer. And then followed by Darren Elkins, and, the list goes on at Team Alpha Male. And, our coaches, Joey Rodriguez, Danny Castillo, Uriah Faber, Chris Holdsworth, Mike Malott, Guillermo, the list goes on over there. And they make sure that we're all well-conditioned, we're all healthy, and they keep a very, very good eye on us, and they know what we're doing daily to make sure that we're ready to peak come fight night.
That's awesome. So with this particular matchup, I'm curious, because you said it, he's great at jiu-jitsu, you're going to show him wrestling. But I'm wondering, is this a fight where we'd best served to let's not play that game at all, let's keep this on our feet, or do you feel like you kind of want to go show the world that, hey, I can play that game?
For sure. You know what? I'll always take wrestling over jiu-jitsu in a mixed martial arts competition. In this case, we just got to be very careful down there. We fought black belts before. We've beaten black belts. We've submitted them. We've been submitted by, very high-level guys, too. But once the ground and pound comes out, man, many have fallen, to the carpenter just because of our pace and our frenetic style on top. So, we're going to take him where he hasn't been before. He hasn't been pushed. I know Grant Dawson, I actually had him winning that fight until the very end. I don't think Grant laid on the gas pedal. As a young buck, and an up-and-comer in the sport, I think he maybe, was just a little bit behind. And Leonardo's, veteranship kind of, took over in that. And he got, clipped with one punch at the very end of the fight. So we're going to really show him what a true veteran and, the cardio king is all about.
Everybody's well-rounded these days, right? But he admitted, he's like, I still kind of feel like I wave the BJJ flag. Do you talk about wrestling? Do you feel like you kind of represent the wrestling community when you get in there?
Yeah, most definitely. Not bad for a junior college wrestler. I think we're top 4 or 5 in the UFC with most takedowns, of all time. That's behind the likes of George St. Pierre, Gleason Tebow, maybe Frankie Edgar, or maybe one more. So, it's. that's just a testament to our wrestling coaches and just our pedigree. We know what our strengths are, and we always go towards them.
Nice. Last thing for me, I mean, as you say, this would be a great win for you. He's a great name. 3 fights this year. What's the goal next year? I mean, is it another 3 fights? Are there certain names? I mean, what's the plan for you moving forward?
Absolutely. Just stay as active as possible. The older I get, the better I get, I believe. I become, more of a student of the game. We always reinvent ourselves. I feel like every camp, is a clean slate. Someone just told me in an interview earlier, this is our 55th professional fight. I feel like I'm walking out of the Mandalay Bay Event Center right now. It was 15 years ago, and I still feel very green in the game. What I mean? We're learning all the time, and we're constantly evolving. So the best is yet to come, man.
What do you think it is? You said you're coming up on 40, but you feel better than you have.
Just how we take care of our body, how we condition ourselves, our training camp. Capital Strength Performance in Sacramento. Coach Amadeo, has a very, very good strength and conditioning program for all the fighters out there in individualized and team protocols. And, just my running every day, fishing, my traveling, everything that, wrestling is, wrestlers are built differently. That's really what it comes down to. It's a mentality. We expect to win. We expect to be in there for the long haul. So I think all the things that, I do on a daily basis, my routine, my schedule, our structure really keeps me young, and that's what's going to keep us, going at this for a long time coming.
Now, you haven't fought 3 times in 1 year since 2011.
It's been a decade. It's crazy. I know it, man.
Yeah. Why do you think that is part of this whole thing? Like, things are coming together, getting better for you, or do you think some of it's, if you're with fallouts and if you're available?
Yeah, so I think, in the past, it's crazy to believe it's been a decade, already, but we were always available. It was just kind of more timing and scheduling things. We'd have like 2 fights, and then the third one would be, just after the new year or the fiscal year, whatever it is, you know what I mean? So it was just hard to pack 3 in, in 1 year. And I think we did our best early in the UFC. I think our first year we had 3 fights, and then I had 4 in 1 year. One of them happened to be Fight of the Year, which we came up on the short end against Roger Huerta. But I feel the more active I am, the better shape I am, and I put out better performances.
So last year you had 1 fight. What was going on in your mind during that time?
Man, 2020 was a year people try to forget. I use it as a building block. 2020 is, I think one of my most successful years financially, believe it or not. A lot of things, my move down to Florida, investments, things like that. Came up short in our only fight, unfortunately, and I learned a valuable lesson from my coaches to lay on that gas pedal even more, because that fight was maybe 1 takedown away from our hand getting raised. Yeah, that's 2021 made up for it in competition. And that's all we want to do is just continue to stay active and show these young guys that we still got what it takes to, to be the cardio king.
All right, thanks.